Bada boom. Realest one in the goddamn room. Ah, how you doing? I am the Breakmaster, and we are here today to talk all things anime with seasonal talk. Two shows are off the chopping block to this week because they got delays, which is Oshinoko and Hell's Paradise. So that hurts my feelings, but it is what it is. We still got anime to talk about. We also will be talking about One Piece chapter 1085. So yes, we're going to be talking about some One Piece. We have theories. There's a lot going on with this chapter, so I would love to talk about it. Hopefully you guys are ready for it. Hopefully you guys are ready for it. It sounds like Desto isn't ready for it. You better start reading it, man. You better start reading it. All right. But yes, we got a lot to talk about, and there's also some news that we need to bring up as well. So let us go ahead and actually get that intro up and going, guys. And bada boom, we're here, and obviously we're gonna be talking about the GOAT status from the get-go Vinland Saga. How you doing, Quets? What's true? What you mean? I went until Sunday to read it what the official translations. Oh, no, I got you. That makes sense. With this particular chapter for One Piece, that makes a lot of sense actually, because you kind of need to take time to see the official translation, even like the Japanese, like how they translate and everything as well. There's a lot going on because there's a panel within this chapter that's very interesting that kind of gets cut off. So it makes you wonder how they translated that correct, if they translate correctly, or what the other translations even are. So no, I feel you on that. So while I drive, I got you, man. I think appreciate you dropping by, being in here. Please drive safe. Like you say, you don't care about spoilers. I got you. Also, fortunate welcome in. So let us go ahead and actually start talking about Vinland Saga. Again, GOAT status yet again. This show just never freaking fails. It never fails. It just stays freaking being goated. With this episode though, my boy, Torvin, he's trying to get an audience pretty much with Canute. Canute apparently is like, once he heard his name, you know, this Torfin, he said, oh, I know him. Okay, I know this guy. He's kind of small. I know this guy. But there's no reason to talk about it. There's no reason to talk to him. I'm like, why? Bro, talk to the man. He's trying to talk to you. And so his subordinates, people are looking at him. He has, like, he's all surrounded by these suckers here. They're going to throw hands with him. And they have this bet now that's going on right now. If he can survive 100 punches from this dude, he can get an audience with Canute. That's what this whole deal's about. So will he be able to withstand? He says there's a trick to getting punched, basically. He knows how to get around it. So we'll see how this thing goes. I'm concerned because, like, hopefully they actually hold up on that honor. That guy that's gonna be punching him is very upset that he's thinking, like, you make me feel like I'm a weak sucker. How dare you disrespect me? So I'm just concerned that he might not be able to get it all the way there, or they might just not, or at least might forego it altogether. Canute has to step in. Like, the main thing is Canute has to step in and make this thing happen, but I don't know if that's even going to be the goddamn case here. It's also interesting, you know, you got his friend up in here trying to help him out, but he's like, nah, like, Thorfinn has it. He's handling this situation right now. So it's another high-stress situation. I'm looking forward to seeing how this whole thing plans out. This is a very, very good episode. Yet again, it just won't stop giving us bangers after bangers after bangers. This is an 8.5 out of 10 for me. 8.5 out of 10 for me right here. This episode is freaking great. I enjoyed it. What do y'all rate for this week's episode of Vinland Saga? Tell me your thoughts. I don't even know what Quest is even talking about. I know there's emu stuff this chapter. There's a lot of emu stuff this chapter for One Piece. But let's continue onwards. One Piece is going to be later after we get done with the anime. So we're going to talk about that. Yeah, it was really good, fortunately. This, like, again, Vinland Saga never disappoints. Vinland Saga never disappoints right now. We're in the peak of it at this point now. So we just got to see. He didn't want to fight. That's the thing. Thorfinn didn't want to fight, but there's only so much you can do. You're fighting against Vikings. They want to go to Valhalla. They want to throw hands. You know what I mean? It's hard to try to change that mentality. But he's trying. But let's move on to the next anime. 9 out of 10 is actually fair. And so we jump into Yamada Kun, level 99. All right, as we said, this show is just very nice, like, switch or turn when it comes to just being able to have a more relaxing type of stress-free anime, you know? We go to Vinland Saga and then you watch this and you start feeling good again, because, like, Vinland Saga is stress saga because you just stressed all the goddamn time. This is just nice feel-good moments. We see the writing on the wall when it comes to these two right here. These two they're about to be together. Like this is what it is. She's actually contemplating, thinking about like after the whole situation with the festival, nothing really came out of it, basically. And so that inkling thought comes to mind, like, should this even be a relationship? Should that even happen? But then she's also trying to like sidestep it and think like, I don't really want to do that per se. Let's just keep it as a friendship and everything like that. But obviously there's feelings there. There's feelings there. And excuse me, camera. Why are we doing this? It's what is going on here? Are we good? Okay, I see. Oh, interesting. All right, I see my live feed actually being okay, but for some reason my my stream, OBS is acting funny. It's like frozen on here, but I see it still moving around here. Am I still good? Y'all can still hear me? Y'all can still hear me? Because we'll continue going with this thing being stuck like this. Because I don't know why it did that. That's very odd. Because I turned off the camera and I'm seeing this, so I think we're still good. I think we're still good because I see the audio still working as well. We good? All right. I will leave that alone. Hopefully everything switches. That's why I'm like, this is why I'm watching my feed just in case. Really hope season 3 doesn't take as long as season 2 did. Same. Also, that this anime comes out the same day as Hell's Paradise and Heavenly Delusion, which is very heavy. As you watch between, yeah, exactly. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. But hey, Dusty saying we're good. We're gonna keep it going here. So basically, at the end of this episode, what this ends up doing is Akane gets sick. She gets deadly sick in a way. She still has to go to work because they're short staffed, and so she still goes in. She's upset about that whole thing, but like she still goes in and tries to work, but she just only gets worse as she gets sick and everything like this, right? So she needs to go get some food because she has no food. Tries to get on a bike because she knows she can't just like be on a bus and spread that sickness. So she's not trying to do that, right? So she tries to get on a bike, doesn't work out. Yamada noticed something was wrong though. So therefore, he comes in again and saves the day and tries to, picks her up in her arms. She thought this was a goddamn dream or something, but nah, it was not a dream. It was freaking beautiful. So overall, this is another solid episode. I give this a 7.5 out of 10. This was a solid episode for Yamada-kun. I enjoyed this show here. It's just nice. It's a nice feel-good anime. It's very solid throughout the entirety of this. We know how the relationship at the end of the day is gonna go here, and I'm looking forward to it. So 7.5 out of 10. This is some good stuff. But before I move on, let me see if there we go. That fixed it for me. It was bothering me. So let us go ahead and move on to the next anime, which is Mashle. All right, we got been here. I don't know why things got to be breaking all of a sudden, but here we are. When it comes to Mashle, one of the best main characters in the goddamn shonen series of all time right now. Like, this guy is goated, all right? Mash is freaking goated. I like Mash, and he just stays being as goated as he possibly could be, okay? So with this one, more or less, we literally leave off from last episode, right? So he's in like Ravenclaw, or the top tier, right? Because there's three houses, and this is the top tier house. This is the house of goons, basically. The ones that are the top echelon, right? So he's in there. They talk for a little bit, and this guy pretty much is telling Ash, like, bro, you better just, like, you ain't leaving out here without me taking that goddamn gold coin. So you're going to hand it to me. And so he tried to display his power, right? But Mash was like, nah, sucker, you think you can just go get me like that? Nah, fam. You ain't going to take my gold coin. He did this trick. This man's so quick with it with his hands, right? So he had this doll. This guy, the main dude right here, right? He has his dolls that he controls, which is like actual other people. Because we seen this last episode that the villain that Mash beat got turned into a doll, right? So he throws that sucker at him. He has like a little like button on him and everything. He takes the button off and then switches that. But he throws the button at them, making it look like it's the gold coin that they took. But nah, it wasn't the case here. That's what the thing is. So he actually had he threw the button, so that guy thought he had a gold coin, but it was not the case here. And like the way that was all set up was really nice. I like that. I was like, look at this dude. He's just fast with it. He has the fastest hands in the West. All right. So the other part of this episode is now they're targeting him because he is actually of interest, and he is the one that holds the gold coin for their house. they're trying to take that away from him because they're going after the other houses to take those coins to guarantee and to ensure that they're going to be the top mage, the mage house in general. So that's what they're trying to do. So we have these two goons coming here. Obviously, they get off the floor with, like, there's a dude that turns like a freaking like shark, and it's supposed to be like in the water, but Mash did not care. Man didn't realize he can swim, so when he started swimming, he just started like just pummeling him. Like there was like an image when he saw Mash like swim so fast, he just sat there in his shark form. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." Like that kind of had me cracking up. But needless to say, they both got mopped the floor with Mash and Gravity dude. We have Graviole. I can't remember his freaking name at the moment, but easy peasy lemon squeezy. They got rid of that, but there is underlying like threat that was there after those two got defeated. This other mysterious guy with a mask came by and kind of displayed that this man fast as heck is too. He's fast as heck too. He's fast as heck. Freaking Mash tried to like speed blitz him. It didn't work actually. So that is a bit concerning. Who is this guy? And can they handle it? We'll find out, though. We're about to find out when the show continues onwards. But overall, another solid episode this week for MASH. I give this an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. What would y'all rate this week for Mashle? Hopefully, there's no more delays, so we can just get through the season, please. Stop delaying anime, all right? Please. Stop it. All right. But let's go ahead and move on to the next anime, which is now, obviously, the biggest talking point, Demon Slayer. So this episode was really good, actually. This episode was really good. I have to give it to him. This one dealt with Tokito's backstory and understanding that actually he has a twin. Hey, Annie in the building, right on time. So we understand that he has a twin that looks exactly like him, but they're like polar opposites. Tokito wants to be able to actually help people, while his brother's like, "Nah, sucker. We ain't helping nobody. We ain't trying to fight. We ain't no demon slayers. We ain't doing none of that." All right? Because, his family got killed by demons and everything like that. And he's just trying to like live normal. He was just very annoyed though, like by his brother in every which way. It was a very interesting juxtaposition that was happening between the two. And needless to say, obviously the brother ends up getting bodied by this demon that randomly appears in their house. And Tokito goes into this like frenzy mode, turns into a beast. Like this reminded me of the scene where Mikasa randomly had this strength all of a sudden. Like he just had this random strength occur to him and just mopped the floor with that demon. And then when he came to, he said, "Oh, he dead." But it was a very emotional moment. It was a very emotional moment, very freaking good. Because like at the end, when it comes to Tokito's brother, like he just wants, Tokito to be good. I'm glad that I wanted him to like help still live because he actually has a good heart and he wants to be able to save people and everything. Like, and the thing is, he kind of regrets what he was doing because he was holding his brother back from doing these things to be able to help. It was a good episode. This was good, despite the stupid fishes. All right, ting ting ting. Despite them suckers, because I hate when they do that. Like, why? It's the same animation too. They come in and say, ting ting. I was like, please, just like stop with the freaking get rid of them. Just kill them already. God, they're dead now. But like, please, I just can't. I can't handle it. All right, I can't handle them suckers. All right. I can't look at them like that. All right. But no, this is a solid episode. I give this one also an 8.5 out of 10. This is a really good episode, all things considered. Those dang fishes, like seriously, the fishes, like forget the other guy, right? Because he's still there, right? The other upper rank that's there. He got his throat slit real quick. He didn't realize this man like quick with it, right? He has fast hands also in the West, right? So, but he's still there. He don't look that bad in comparison to those fishes. Those fishes just be looking disgusting, right? I can't stop talking about them. It's just like come on now. But no, 8.5 out of 10. This was really good. So we're getting to our climax here, though. I am wondering, Mr. Hara, I believe her name is. I'm wondering when she's gonna come by here and actually start helping out with the fight because again, Tokito don't need the help. Tokito doesn't need the help. Please don't go over there. Like, please. We gotta help out Genya. Like, help these kids. Tanjiro's trying his best, but it's just ridiculous. I understand he's gotten stronger, but God, what is going on here? And it's like they formed up, and so I'm hoping she comes by and actually helps this man out because God dang, this is freaking ridiculous. Okay, about him getting those marks. Oh, true. That's also one thing that I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because that's actually interesting. I mean, obviously the marks mean something here, right? And I mean, there's obviously greater significance with the whole thing. So I find it very interesting. Those marks look different from what Tanjiro had, but I'm assuming it's some form of power up or demonic ability pace, potentially, because again, we look at Genya, for instance. Genya doesn't really have the marks that I've seen anyways, but he has like this demon form, obviously. So it's like, is there a way to be able to blend the two worlds together potentially? Because Tanjiro obviously has something like that going on here. He had a very similar power up actually in this last fight with the other upper rank. So I'm wondering if this is the same like situation that Tokito's actually going through as well with this level up of ability that he has here. So I don't know exactly what it is, but obviously it keeps reoccurring. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it though. I'm looking forward to seeing and give us information on what it actually is, because I'm not exactly sure, but I'm assuming there's some way of some form of like demonic, like demon energy or something that's there that's allowing them to actually go to the next step potentially. Also, Lloyd, welcome in. Yes, I did. We're just talking about it right now. That was a really good episode. I gave it 8.5 out of 10. This is a really good episode for Demon Slayer. Tokito's freaking backstory was actually just great. Like all these backstories, I'm freaking sad because like again, the demons just come in and they just mop the floor with everybody. You know what I mean? Like all their families gotta go. All their families gotta go. Freaking Genya's family gone. You know what I'm saying? Tanjiro's family gone. It's just like, bro, these demons gotta stop. Okay, yeah. They're going through it. Yeah, they're really going through it right now. It's like, please. Like, he's trying his best. And he's been knocked out multiple times in this fight. All right? Tanjiro's been knocked out multiple times this fight. And it's like, it's between Nezuko and him going back and forth between getting knocked out. They're trying the hardest, but God, come on now. I fell for that for Tokito. Same. This was a really good episode, though. Yeah, but how you doing, Lloyd? Welcome in. Like I said, I give it 8.5 out of 10. What do y'all rate it for this week for Demon Slayer? Please leave it, in the comment here. Like, what are your thoughts? Please tell me. I want to know. Let's go ahead and move on to the next show here. All right. I think this is actually the last one because, unfortunately, Hell's Paradise and Oshinoko took a goddamn break. So, yeah. All right. Again, this is the sleeper hit. I'm going to just be honest with you guys, right? We're on episode 9, if I'm not mistaken, with the show. I like it, but boy, I'm not gonna lie, I am hella confused. Like if I'm gonna sit here and act like I know exactly what's going on, well, I'm not gonna cap. I don't know everything that's happening in the show at this point. There's a lot of layers. There's too many layers. This is a great mystery show, but I need to sit down with this. I might need to read the manga or something because there is a manga for this. So I need to go read the manga so I can have a better understanding of everything that's going on. But the best way I can understand right now of what I'm starting to understand, like what I'm starting to get from this show, right? This is the best way I can explain it. At least from my point of view. Maybe you guys have a better idea what's going on here. But from my point of view, it seems like the people from the facility like Tokyo, for instance, all of them, these are all past events that we're seeing. We're actually seeing past events that's happening right now. And the present time is actually dealing with Haru and Kiriko. That's what's going on right now. And actually, apparently, people are saying like this is like the theory that I believe Haru is actually the child that Tokyo right now is bearing. Because apparently, in this episode, she got pregnant. Now, she was getting her cheeks clapped. So apparently, that's all it took. One or two times, bada boom, bang, the baby making this happen. Now, the thing is, they never actually introduced this to them. People in the facilities, they didn't introduce this stuff to these kids that are here, all right? So they didn't understand, like how do they know about fornication? How do they know about making babies? What's going on right now? Holy crap! Code red. So Tokyo is actually in a separate like area right now, and she's not even doing school or anything like that. So I don't know what's about to happen to her. That's the thing. I don't think you're supposed to be doing this. So she's in a really weird pickle at the moment. But no, this has been really, really interesting. Just how the show has been developing when it comes to its story. And just this is what I kind of understand from at this point in time, from my point of view, from stuff that I've been reading, that there's past tense information that's here. That's why there's this guy actually that in a way is like kind of seeing the future, but not really seeing the future because, well, I guess he is seeing the future technically speaking, but it's in the past though. So that's why we're seeing things that are very similar. He's not creating those monsters, but he's just seeing what the future holds is what's going on here. It's very interesting when it comes to these abilities that these kids actually have. So yes, that's how I can explain Tengoku Daimyo-kun, all right? Because this show is it's a trip. It's an acid trip. It's a lot that's going on with the show, but it's very impressive. Very impressive how they're actually layering the story. I just know that, again, I need more time with it and probably rewatching the show a few times to have a better understanding of what's actually going on with the show. But I do still enjoy it. I still do, because there's still a surface level, surface layer that you can actually enjoy with the show. But there's just, in order to actually fully understand the story, there's just more that you got to pay attention to, is the thing here. I don't know what's going on in the anime anymore. God dang, that's so you're just like me. I might try out the dub, see if it makes more sense. Same. I might do the same thing too, and watch the dub and see what's going on with that. Which, by the way, the dub's pretty good. From what I've seen, I watched like 2 to 3 episodes so far, and the dub's pretty good when it comes to the show. It does a good job. And yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, 8.5 is actually a good rating for Demon Slayer. All right, yeah, Max, you there we go. See, Andy, you feeling the same way? Feeling the same way. But for this, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. It's a solid show. I can't fault it for my misunderstanding, right? I can't sit here and be like, man, I don't understand the show. So trash. No, it's just there's a lot of layers within this series that it is a little on the difficult end to really piece everything together. You know what I mean? That is ultimately what I can say about this show. All right. With that said, I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think that's everything, right? Yep, it is. So we're already here. It seems weird. I feel like I just got through with this so fast. But we're here now. What is anime of the week? I gotta ask. There's probably only like 2 options, honestly. You know, there's only 2 options here, I feel, this week, which is Vinland Saga or Demon Slayer. You know? Which one did I choose? If I can find it. Vinland Saga, baby. Yeah, no, it was Vinland Saga for me too. It was super close though. I'm not gonna lie, because I could have gone with either or, with Demon Slayer or Vinland Saga. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I gave them both the same rating. They're both 8.5 out of 10s. Like they're both really good episodes. Demon Slayer is still doing her thing, but Vinland Saga has just been more consistent. So I'm gonna have to give the edge to Vinland Saga to be anime of the week. Vinland Saga I knew was gonna happen like this. I knew it was gonna start taking over. Once this show started really getting its feet together, I knew it was gonna take over for me, and it's been doing that. That's why it's been winning a lot. Speaking of which, Yoshida Cub dub isn't great. See, I haven't watched the dub yet for that. Thank you for reminding me though. I will watch that later. I need to see what the dub's all about so I can give my full opinion on it and actually do a breakdown potentially for it too. I've been needing to do dub thoughts in general. So maybe later today I could probably try to get some videos together of my thoughts on like Heavily Delusions and Hell's Paradise dub, because they're all out when it comes to their dub. So I got to talk about these dubs because the dubs are interesting so far. And you're telling me the Ocean of Ko is actually kind of faulting, which kind of makes sense. See, I mean, this show works. It can work as a dub. It's not impossible. It was weird, for instance, right? So I'm gonna make a comparison because there's also Digital Idols. Idol shows in general have a harder time being dubbed correctly. I watched AKB 0048, for instance, and I've seen the dub for that. That dub was not good. that dub was not good. But between like when they're trying to sing Japanese and with their voices, like it didn't quite match, so it kind of throws you off just a little bit. You can tell that they're not the same people, right? So it's just like when it comes to idols shows in general, I feel like I think the dub has a hard time trying to translate that to make it make sense potentially. It's interesting. The more of the show is like really deep into like Japanese culture. Not saying idols just like full on their culture or anything like that, but like Hyoka, for instance, is a show that is just them living their lives, but it deals within a lot of just like the elements within Japanese culture, right? So those type of shows that have a lot of that in there have a harder time being dubbed correctly, is the thing here. Now, Ocean of Ko doesn't have all that, but it has the idol aspect of it, so I'm wondering if that's what's like making it seem off as a dub, potentially. I'm not sure. It's weird because the songs I left in Japanese, but they speak English. See, I had a feeling. So, see, Fortunate also thought Vinland Saga was the one that was going to win. All right, I got you, Fortunate. See, there it is. But no, I had a feeling that's what they're going to do. They usually do that. Now, I wish, because there were some shows, I can't remember which one it was. What show was it? You know, great example, Beck. Beck is a show with music in it, right? But Beck's dub actually like decided to actually translate the songs. Now, give or take, there technically is an English version from the original artists, right, of those songs. But regardless of that, they still managed to make sure to have the voice actors sing those songs. Greg Ayres did a really good job singing those songs in there. It worked. It worked in the end. You know, so like I feel like we need to try to make sure we do that. Like, I don't know. Are they afraid to actually make that step? At the same time, I do know that, you know, anime purists, when it comes to dubbing in general, right? Which is why I don't need to worry about this. Like, my thing is, don't worry about what they're saying. Because the people that be saying freaking dubs suck all the goddamn time don't even actually watch dubs to have an actual formulated opinion. Because dubs don't suck anymore. Like, back in the day, they struggled, right? So we got to get rid of that misconception, because that's not there no more. I don't know why people still have that same thought process and think it's cringe and this and that. It just takes a minute. If you watch something in subbed, no matter what it is, no matter what media it is, right, from any other language, and that's your first like take from it, you're gonna then do the comparison of no matter what other dub it is. Sometimes it might seem just jarring to you, but you got to take time to actually get accustomed to it before making that opinion on it, is my thing. Like we give the 3-episode rule to just watching anime, we should give a 3-episode rule for dubs too, to see how you actually feel about it. That's my honest opinion about it. That's what I usually do. I don't just watch one episode and be like, yep, that dub is trash. No, I take a few episodes, see how I really feel about it, see if it really, like, the voices actually fit the character and how they act. But again, that's why I can't say we have bad dubs anymore, because we're not at that point anymore. I don't know why we're so stuck on this thought process that dubs are bad. That's not the case anymore. His voice isn't great. Freaking god dang it. Did you hear the opening in English though? Yeah, yes, though. Because the thing is, that's the original artist that sung the song. That's the thing. And I like that version too. And also the way it's translated is very ingenious. That's why it doesn't, the way they translated it sounds exactly like Japanese. At one point, I thought it was still speaking in Japanese. Like, I thought it was for a second there. But no, it's in English. That's just how one for one it is. And the artist did a really good job with the translation. So, round of applause to that. I really like the opening in English. Honestly, because we have a dub, I hope that they're actually using that version for the show. I have no idea if they are or not, because I haven't watched the dub yet. But if they are, I'd be hyped. I'd be hyped. Yeah, exactly, Desto. They used to have a big sub bias. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody at some point did, to an extent. I didn't have it like that because I've always watched dubs. I mean, again, I grew up watching dubs, watching 4Kids. You know what I mean? I didn't really understand like the concept per se, and I'm not the kind of person to just be an elitist in that way, right? Because it's not right. Why not enjoy both formats? My thing is, like, that's just more for you to enjoy. If you want to rewatch the show, for instance, instead of watching it in dub or watching it in sub, watch it either or. You know what I mean? Like, it gives you another outlook on it sometimes. Now, I don't like dubs when they actually try to mistranslate or change things up. Because, like, I watched all of Flame of Recca, for instance, and apparently Flame of Recca dub is not the same as the sub. So I need to rewatch that show because it's completely different. But that's back then. Again, these are shows back then that they were dubbing. Right now, no dub does that anymore. No one's deviating from what the actual source material is. So I don't understand, again, where this issue is coming from in the first place. Hearing the lyrics change the vibes in a bad way or a good way. No, they use it yet because episode 1 didn't have the opening. Oh, true. That's true. Okay, so I'm just hoping Desto that ultimately they do use that version. They do use that version. Please, I hope they do. All right. I'm still mostly watching sub, but that's just because it makes me focus on what's happening. I mean, I get that. I mean, people also got to remember, dubs are not just for just like, you know, lazy people that don't want to read. Some people just have hard times actually keeping up with translation sometimes. Like, there are shows, I think even Ocean of Code does this from time to time, where we have all these different translations. Like, if there's multiple people talking, there's a wall of text everywhere on the goddamn screen. You know what I mean? So it's hard to actually keep up with everything that's going on. So it's good at times when you have a dub that kind of already just you can already hear it. You know, that's what the whole point is for translating it. You know what I mean? It helps. So I don't know why we have this problem here, but I digress. I digress. I prefer dubs because I can watch it and do other things. Exactly. Like Anna, I watched all of Violent Evergarden at work. Now, I wasn't watching it 100% because I had to still work, obviously, but I can hear it. See, I can't do that in sub. Unless I understand Japanese, I can't do that. So I appreciate when we have dubs like this, and I appreciate the fact that we even have simulcast dubs. We have dubs that come in as fast as possible nowadays, you know what I mean? So it's just, I appreciate it, and I just hope that we continue this train when it comes to dubbing and making sure that the dubs are actually still consistent and good. Don't lose face off of what people are saying here. And I wish, honestly, they took the time to actually dub over songs, dub over even the openings. Why not? Because like I can dig it. One Piece, for instance, before we get into talking about One Piece, right? One Piece does this. One Piece that did that back in the day. We Go is great in English. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't have a problem. Like Dragon Ball Z's openings have a tendency of being dubbed over. So it's like, I don't know what the problem is. Why we always have issues having a dub and trying to like make it seem right. You know, I don't know. Also, it's understandable. Watched a lot, most subs back in the day, but these days I watch a lot in the background, so I need the dub. Same. I watch both. Like right now, if I'm watching, of course, like the seasonal anime, right? I end up watching all of it in sub, obviously. But if the show is a little on the older end and it has a dub or anything like that, or something that's even from like last season, but it has a dub, I'll more than likely go to the dub first because I'd rather watch stuff in dub in my native language than to watch it in sub. If I like it enough, I'll go rewatch it. That's just literally what I do. I've watched the like Death Note multiple times, sub and dubbed. I watch Death Parade subbed and dubbed, and they're both like good. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a problem with it. So I don't know. People just need to open up their minds and just have an acceptance of having both media and just watch both. Like it's like the taco with the lady with the little chick. She says, "Why not both?" Like, come on, guys. We're eating. They're trying to save money, which is dumb because they could get more money if they did that and did it. I mean, true. I agree. Yeah, you actually English Open is a go. Exactly, right? If we had this type of way of how people are thinking, we wouldn't have Smile Bomb in English like that. Like, come on. And suddenly my intuition and my wisdom grow. And then I know. All right, come on. Freaking beautiful. All right, come on now. Yeah, I'm sure money has to do with it. I mean, I know. God dang money. Capitalism. Here we go again. And there we go. And there it is. Annie, what are you doing? So before we get into other topics, because we have a topic to actually bring up, I do want to talk about One Piece real quick. Chapter 8, 1085. Chapter 1085. Right off the bat, I'm gonna give this like a 9.5 out of 10. Yup. This chapter was amazing. This chapter was amazing. One Piece is in its prime. It is prime peace. Emu is the final boss, and we see this going on here because God freaking dang it. There's actually a few things also I need to actually showcase on stream or at least talk about it because there's some theories that started coming up, and I do want to talk about them a little bit because it's quite interesting. It is quite interesting. But yes, a 9.5. I don't typically give that high of a rating, but One Piece has been stupid good. And like this chapter, by God, is amazing, okay? Because there's just so much stuff that happened, a reveal that was so interesting to me. And then like all the theory crafting that people have been doing. And because of this chapter, I almost want to give it a 10, honestly. But I don't know if I want to do that just yet. I don't know. But God, this has been amazing stuff. We live in society. Yes, Andy. Yes, we do. Y'all show dub is just all the same. That's though. There's actually, weirdly enough, before I go into One Piece, on Twitter, there have been people talking about how they dislike the dub for Yu Yu Hakusho, and I said, y'all just out here trying to freaking gas me right now. Cause I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to bait me and say something. I'm not gonna do that though. Y'all ain't gonna get me. I don't fall for that. All right, I don't fall for the rope of dope. God dang it. By the way, I read the chapter. Let's go, baby. All right, that's though. So how you feeling about it then? Vivi is way more important than people thought. Yeah, I know, right? This girl is actually, she has the will of D. Like, there's a bloodline here. Like, I was like, all right. And obviously the D stands for them to actually go against the government, right? I mean, people are actually making this kind of like weird comparison, right? Well, not even weird comparison, because in the chapter for Sabo, by the way, again, this is straight up spoilers for One Piece, guys. But if you're not fully caught up, you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, so we should be fine. But for those that do watch and read One Piece, just like the question here is, look, Sabo. Let's talk about him real quick. They made this little joke in the chapter. There's a flashback with Sabo, Ace, and Luffy, and they both have D's in their names. Monkey D. Luffy, Porky's D. Ace, right? So they're like, hey, you can have a D in your name too. Like, it's a name. It don't really matter like that, right? But the D more or less stands for people opposing the government. So Sabo, in some ways, he has that same will of D that's there. And so they kind of put it in a weird way where it's like sad boy, technically speaking. We have joy boy within Luffy, and there's sad boy potentially within Sabo, which is kind of a weird, like, juxtaposition that's going on there. And I like that little tidbit that's happening there. I like that. I like that quite a bit. And some people are also saying like Sabo D and everything too. That kind of works with it if you put the D in there. So it's just like there's a lot of little just subtleties that's going on. And I wonder if that's actually gonna be something that comes into play later. But regardless, the will of D is still running strong, and it's run strong within Vivi. My thing is, I want to know, did Vivi actually read that letter that her father actually read as well? Like, how much does Vivi actually know when it comes down to the history of back then and its its legacy from 800 years ago? Like, how much does she actually know when it comes down to all this stuff? Obviously, there's something they were trying to do because they were trying to kidnap her initially, but Warpole came in in the clutch at the end of the chapter and got her out of there, even though he was trying to get himself out of there because for some reason, outside of Sabo being in the background, listening, seeing Emu on the goddamn throne, and everything that happened here. So he actually has all the information as well. So Sabo has all that information, but not just him, but freaking Warpole has it too. This sucker, Warpole, out of all the suckers here, has the information as well. And he's like, I don't want to die because I have this information. So he busted out of there. So he's also now a big player that's going to be something that we're going to need as an informant for later on. Like, the setup is real. The setup is real. And the fact that we're actually going back and utilizing old characters in this way, round of freaking applause. Round of freaking applause. One Piece is just out here using. This is how you use your cast of characters. This is how you use your cast of characters, okay? Bro. God dang it. Crocodile and Vivi about to have a comeback for 100%. This is what I'm saying. Like, what is this? Like, come on now. Don't give it up, Luffy. God dang it. Sabo has inherited Ace's will. Maybe that means he will be an honorary D. That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, he has his devil fruit. So like he has taken his mantle. So I can definitely see that. He is going to come back and become the new straw hat. Technically, she's always been. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. If anybody is going to still be like go on that ship with them, like Vivi should be the one. If we're gonna get another member, because Vivi should have been on that boat with him a long time ago. So it's leading up to that at the end of the day here. I love using old characters, which is why I like a lot. Because like we watch other shonens like My Hero Academia, for instance, or Naruto, right? Like Naruto initially did a really good job at developing all of their side characters, and that's why like the Shikatro trio, right? They are like as important as the main characters. You know what I mean? Because that's just how they were set up to be. But everybody started taking a backseat because superpowers came into play. Naruto is the chosen one. Freaking Sasuke is just like unlocking all the eye abilities. This man just like he sees everything, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a big power gap that ended up happening here. Where in One Piece, it's not always about the power. Sometimes information is also power here too. Again, this is what I mean by Goda's writing has been something like on point with this, and I've been really, really enjoying this. But again, going back to that, it's very interesting that when it comes down to like what we just saw here with this whole situation, because I kind of want to go and jump into Emu as a character and what he signifies and what he actually means at the end of the day here. And when it comes to the world government, when it comes to the elders, honestly, here's my theory, because no one said this yet. After this chapter, what I've been seeing, I wonder if they're actual people. Because we talk about how there isn't supposed to be a person on the throne, right? This is from last week's chapter. They said there's supposed to be a person on the throne, yet Imu's on that throne. There's not supposed to be one king. So my thing is, what if this guy, Emu, is actually just, these guys are like projections of the 19 of the 20 people that are supposed to be running the government, right? Because there's supposed to be a pact that's supposed to be happening here. So maybe he is actually just has control of them. They're not even actual people, but it's all one entity. Because we see in this chapter their true forms. we see the elders' true forms. They turn into these like diabolical demon-esque type of characters, and it's like, what is going on here? That was what that reveal was like. I didn't see that coming. I always wanted to know what they're all about, but we see this. This is concerning, and I say this because I always talked about this. I said this before. I think I even said this to Quest at one point when I was at work with them. But like, they are like the Sage of Six Paths in a way. I think Emu can see through all their eyes and this and that and the other. Like, this is like that type of connection. People are also speculating that this might be like a dream fruit or something like that is what's happening right now too. Emu is an alien. I will honestly, truly believe he is. I honestly, truly believe I agree what you're saying here. I say that because what you're saying right now, because Enel's on the moon right now, and there's moon people. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes extraterrestrial and like maybe a meteorite hit the world at one point, or he just landed like on this planet. Who really knows? Like this goes beyond just normal devil fruit powers. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying, like, I think there's a way of that maybe he's corrupting these people. Either it's a corruption that's happening, or they're not actual entities to begin with, which is why maybe they always stay so close to each other in the first place. It's like right now, what's interesting, we have one of the elders right now going to Egghead, right? So we're actually traversing. So I'm kind of curious of what's going on there when it comes down to this, and I wonder what we're about to do here, because this is all backstory stuff right now that we're seeing when it comes to the Reverie. If you would have told me that we would have a lot of trios of Mihawk, Buggy, and Crocodile, I would have. No, I wouldn't have believed you either. That came out of nowhere. But you know what? That trio makes a lot of sense of how it's actually like working together. I like it though. I like it. And that's a very formidable goddamn team. Okay. And now going to Rove in the final war like a boss. I 100% he will be, because he's gonna have a whole army of people. But I don't. My thing is, I don't know what his role is ultimately gonna be here, to either side with the Straw Hats potentially, or what's going on exactly, right? Like what is gonna be his role ultimately speaking here. But like I said, this chapter was something else when it comes to Emu. He's been a character that has been very, very interesting. Let me see if I can get. Oh no, that's not it. That's the video capture. I want to show something real quick on screen. This is not. I should be fine at doing this. So let me see. I'm gonna do a window capture. Let me see. I think I already have one technically. Let me see. Yeah, I think, is it this one? All right, let me see. And then let's actually get this. All right. So I want to showcase something, because there's a few theories that I saw, and I want to kind of discuss it just a tad. So I want to bring this down just a little bit here. But let's bring this up, because what this guy's saying right now, what if Janisha is Lily, is the theory that this person has right now. I retweeted these so I can actually go back to see them, right? Did Lily, because apparently Lily did a mistake, right? That's what Emu is considering it as a mistake. When this is obviously a greater plan that's happening, because he even thinks there's a greater plan going on here, right? And as a punishment for helping Joy Boy and spreading the poneglyphs, she got turned into a giant elephant that has to walk forever. So this is the theory that they're having here. So they're saying Lily is actually the elephant Nisha, and I kind of see where they're trying to go with this, right? You see with the wording here, release the poneglyphs was the worst possible outcome for us. So one must wonder whether it was truly a mistake or it was actually part of a larger plan, right? So everybody's kind of like a little shocked by this. Obviously, the guns start coming out because he's about to shoot that sucker. But this also gives an explanation when it comes to how the poneglyphs got out in the first place, so that this information never gets lost. It was because of Lily. Lily was a G. So my thing is, this is an interesting theory, because this, like, you see this elephant, right? And this elephant knows about Joy Boy. Eyes interesting, right? He knows about Joy Boy here. And though I can see it being the case, at the same time I don't, only because Emu seems to be a character that doesn't leave loose ends. He will kill anybody that knows too much. You know what I mean? So what would be the reason to keep Lily alive and have her in this type of like state, if that's the case here, right? I don't think that's what the case here is. Because if you think about it, Emu has literally wiped whole countries off the face of the earth. Why not get rid of her? Why keep her as this? Is my question at that point. You know what I mean? That's why this theory to me doesn't hold up on 100%, only because of how Emu's actions are. they're not one of mercy. They're one of eradication. So, I don't see it. I don't see it. Going to be a rope in there. Yeah, he's gonna be a wild card. I can see that. I can see that. So that's one of the theories. Now this one kind of maybe laughed a little bit, but it's interesting because we talked about Sad Boy, right? But like, look at this. This theory is interesting. This is Ace's hat. We have Joy Boy smiling, and then there's quote unquote Sad Boy. It's like, is that as bootleg as that is? All right, we're looking way into this. But this, like, it's interesting to see that he has a hat with a happy and sad like logo there all of a sudden. I mean, you got to remember, this is Oda we're talking about. Oda does do layering with this story, right? So I don't know. It's interesting. I will keep this in my mind ever since I've seen this, but it is interesting to see nonetheless. So this is a weird but very interesting theory. Okay, I have to say that. Luffy's mom is going to be real soon and play. I don't know. I wonder if Luffy's mom is even alive, honestly. I do wonder about that. But, I mean, we still have Garp and everybody else. We have his dad still around, so I don't know. That is a good question, but I have no idea if that's ever going to actually come to be. All right, so one last theory, which is also one of the most interesting theories thus far. I don't know if you've seen this, Des, though. This was found out by a fan and everything. This is not even from the original creator that made this this post to talk about this theory. But basically, Oda is using the story name "Where the Wild Things Are" as reference for Imu and the Gurosei, right? I mean, Imu can be translated as a dream, and where the wild, because if you translate his name, it actually can mean dream as well. So this is why they're making that translation and making that connection as where the wild things are, because it's a story about a boy dreaming and becoming a king of 5 wild things. If you look at the background, there's 5 wild things from the Gorosei. That's right here. It's like it's a very interesting theory, and I can see that being something that Oda would actually implement within his story potentially. But then the question is, how much is he taking from where the wild things are when it comes to this theory? Is the thing here? I don't know, but this is also something really like to point out that had me kind of it piqued my interest. I was like, okay. I kind of see what I'm seeing. I see what you're doing here. That's kind of nice. Now, my thing is, I haven't actually watched Where the Wild Things Are, so I need to actually check. Now I need to go check this out so I can get a better understanding if this might actually come into play at some point. So if anybody has watched Where the Wild Things Are, please actually bring the discussion over here and tell me what's going on with it and how it can maybe correlate even further within One Piece. Because One Piece has a lot of different media that it refers back to a lot of the time, so I do wonder how this whole thing actually plays out, right? But it's a very interesting theory. Only she's alive. I think her death is what made Dragon become so against the government. That's what I think too. I would like to think so. That would make a lot of sense. That makes too much sense, actually. So I would like to think maybe that's what the case is. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why we haven't really said anything about Luffy's mom. There's a good chance she's probably not around. And that could be what the catalyst is that made him to become a revolutionary to begin with, to make this stuff happen, to try to take down the government, right? But yeah, this was a very interesting theory, and I just wanted to bring that up to have here, because there's just a lot that was going on with this chapter. Whirlpool again is going to be a character that is going to be very important apparently now. Like I said, when it comes to Vivi, when it comes to her lineage and her name. I just wonder just how much she actually knows about all of this, and when it comes down, because like I said, Robin knows a lot when it comes to the poneglyphs and everything. So we start piecing it all together. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. So if you're trying to do the same, people still speculate that he might have either the weather fruit or Poseidon itself, because anytime he's around, weather changes is the thing. So we still haven't really seen everything he can actually even do. So I want to see him do something. But you gotta remember, Oda doesn't really do fights like that. That's so interesting. As of late, he's been really condensing his fights, so we're not having long gated fights like that nowadays, right? But when it comes down to the big bad, when it comes to the big stuff, he still brings it in when he needs to, like the Kaido fight, for instance, right? So when we get to this war, it's gonna be nothing but fighting. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this whole thing's gonna plan out, how his art's gonna transform to make this stuff look real freaking good. Like I said again, this is a 9.5 out of 10 chapter. I enjoyed this crap a lot. One Piece is just on a goddamn roll. I'm glad Sabo got out of there alive. Obviously, Vivi's dad did not make that out. Or this is the last little thing I want to say, because here's the thing. It does say this is the death of him, right? This is the chapter. The chapter says this. The chapter says he's dead, but I don't believe it. One Piece don't kill suckers like that often, right? And if you look at it like this, so this is why my thought process is why I don't think he's dead. Vivi was about to get captured, and they were gonna like make her pretty much like a slave, basically. But the way it was going here, so that's what it sounds like. You can be a maid or doing whatever the case is, right? But she didn't get captured, so they might actually keep him alive as a bargaining chip to get Vivi back, to be able to then cut their loose ends. That's my thought process. I don't see them killing him. My thing is too, we never saw the body. Yeah, he was on the ground, but we didn't see it didn't say he was pronounced dead. He didn't do any of that, right? I've seen these fake outs in One Piece all the goddamn time. All right. I always will go back to Bon Clay. I always go back to that man. Bon Clay should have been dead, but somehow he didn't. We had a whole sad scene, and that man never died. So I was like, nah, friend. Exactly this. I need to see the body. I highly doubt he's dead. And with how I'm thinking, more than likely, they're going to use him as a bargaining chip or even a sacrificial piece. I can see them using it as a sacrificial piece even to make a big showing out of this, potentially. And make up. They already said technically he's dead, right? But they might utilize him in some other way. I can see this happening. Look. Because, like, there was big news, right, that they said he was dead, and I don't trust it. I don't trust it, all right? I don't think he's dead. Yeah, exactly. Falcon guy survived a bomb. Again, I always refer back to this in Skypiea. That old man with the armor on, with all that metal, took off the full-fledged thunderbolt action from freaking Inaru. Didn't die. Sucker came back. He was just charred a little bit. How? It's like you're 80 years old. Huh? Again, One Piece don't be doing that. When deaths happen, it has to really be a turning point, I think, more so than anything. This is a turning point section. I won't lie. Like, the death of this makes sense, but I just can't trust it. All right? Exactly. Like, the durability with some of these characters is ridiculous, okay? So I don't trust in this. Like, I'm just saying. But no, 9.5 out of 10 for this chapter. I don't think I'm missing anything else. I'm enjoying One Piece. I'm looking forward to seeing more. I'm still curious when it comes down to what it is when it comes to the Gorosei, if they're legitimate people or not, or if this is just Emu's creations, and this is why we have somebody on the throne in the first place, and that's why they're okay with it as well. You know what I mean? That would explain why they're okay with it. Like I said, there's a lot to this, and there's so much more, and I'm pretty sure there's other theories that might come out as we reread this and look more into the community. I'm looking forward to it, though. And I don't know. We might have more of One Piece discussions like this with either within Seasonal Talk or within his own video. We'll see what we can do here, but I enjoy talking about this. So one last thing I do want to bring up before I actually end stream is this bad boy right here. All right, on Anime News Network. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse film gets a manga spinoff about Doc Ock and Schoolgirl's body. It sounds like Doc Ock got isekai'd into a schoolgirl body. Why Doc Ock out of all people, first of all? But what is this idea? This is weird. Look, I don't know. All right. So I want to talk about it real quick. Ace supplied me with this link, so I thank you, brother. But this is the image. Y'all see this, right? Like, would y'all read it? Would y'all read it? I mean, it could be interesting, but I don't know. Like, where are we going with this? What is this? What is the premise exactly when it comes to the story, and why? Why are we doing this? We still don't know what the Royal Knights are. Same, yeah, exactly. That's though. Like I said, there's still so much we need to talk about. So much more that there is to One Piece. One of them has a silhouette of Shanks. True. You see, that's like y'all here thinking. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Just found it funny. It's kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. All right. He did steal Spider-Man's body one time in Superior Spider-Man. Well, I mean, look, everybody would love to be Spider-Man, okay? Spider-Man is GOAT, so, you know, I can't be mad about that, right? He said, heck no. And, man, come on. You gotta expand your horizon. You know what? I know Quetz would read it. Quetz loves isekais, and he loves Marvel heroes. You know what I'm saying? I think he would read this right off the bat with ease, okay? Actually, he might be reading it right now. That run was weird because he still dated Mary. Wait, what? Wait, okay, wait. When he took his body, were Mary Jane and Peter Parker already still together when that happened? Or did he develop that relationship like as Peter Parker? Like later? Like, please tell me. I mean, if they're already together, I see maybe he wants to still maintain like Peter's life potentially. But like, if he's like trying to make the moves and having the riz to do so, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, but I'm assuming they're already together then. Is what's going on here. I don't care much for isekais or Marvel. So get dang. I mean, look, I don't mess with isekais like that myself that much. But I mean, you know, this might be interesting, right? The small story begins when iconic villain Dr. Octopus falls into a coma. Oh, when he awakens, he finds himself inhabiting the body of a Japanese middle school girl, Otoha Okotamiya. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a sequel. We already know that. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're just to give information about it. That's pretty much all there is to it. So man went into a whole coma and got into this girl's body. Interesting. That's pretty much it. Well, I probably won't be reading this. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm not keen on trying to like jump into this or anything. Okay, like we're not doing that. He's oh no, it's still weird. Then let me see. No, she thought she was Peter. I mean, it can still be weird. Oh, look, I get it. But he's trying to maintain it. But at the same time, you know what? It kind of reminds me of Wonder Woman, the second movie, because Wonder Woman, how that whole premise was. The movie's trash, by the way. That's why I'm okay with kind of spoiling a little bit. Look, if you haven't watched Wonder Woman, don't even watch it. It's honestly a really bad movie. The plot is all over the place. I don't know what happened. The first movie was so good, but then the second movie came out, and it just dropped the ball so hard. I don't know what happened with the direction, who wrote the script, because it was just all weird. But this reminds me of Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman basically got her like man back, right? But her man died. So her man got like inhabited this other guy's body, and they had sex. Like they did it all, you know. But she sees that body as, you know, her deceased loved, but that's still someone else's body. Like they even see it show it at like towards the end of the movie when he's no longer inhabiting that body and he's back to the guy's back to his normal self. She just kind of gives him a look, and it's just like, again, like you got that guy's meats, okay? Like it's weird, okay? I was like, that is not good at all. Like, Wonder Woman, what are you doing? Okay, that's not even the weirdest part of the movie, because like, it's one of the weirdest parts of the movie I'm talking about. But it's just like the actual premise of the story itself is just, again, really all over the place. Just don't do it. All right, I recommend not to watch that movie when Peter was still conscious and was watching it. Wait, okay, that is weird. Okay, so that's a very important information piece that you forgot, like, to tell me here. You left that out, bro. What do you mean? So if he was like here clapping freaking Mary Jane's cheeks, he just sat there and said, "Yeah, Dr. Ock, you doing great." Like, oh no. Oh my God. You know, Dr. Octopus should have at least said something like, "Actually, I'm not Peter Parker, but I still got what Peter got. Let's go." You know, like, come on now. What is going on here? I forgot about that part. That's pretty important. That's pretty important. I mean, that's a good question. What Anna asked, like, Desto, did at least he feel it? Is he only just a seer, or can he actually feel things as well? Because like that is pretty important to ask here. All right. I can't. This is terrible. Who's making these stories? Like, I mean, I understand when it comes to the media, And I like, some ways I do like this because it allows you to have any type of story, right? And have any form of media to be able to just express yourself. But some stuff just needs to be in the draft, okay? Some shows, some ideas just need to be in the draft and never see the light of day. And maybe that might have been one of them, okay? Like, when it comes down to Marvel and DC, they got some really weird stories from some creators, and I'm just like, let's not ever bring that up ever again, okay? Yeah, your art looks amazing, but let's not do that, okay? Because if you did, then they just had a three-way with two. Anna, where's your mind going? Okay. He was a spirit, so dang. This is voyeurism. That's sad. He's Chocolate Frosty and Side Eyes the movie. Andy, did you actually get the Wendy's? Did you actually get a biggie bag? This lasts like 31 issues and it's actually pretty. Wait, you said it was weird, but then you said actually it's pretty good though. That's so make up your mind. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, don't. There's no reason to watch it. There's never to watch it. All right, just don't do it. All right. Despite the weird stuff, that's crazy. You know, I can't say nothing though, because Oshinoko, though I really like that show, has some weird elements to it. That's why I can't just recommend it to anybody, but you have to already be involved with anime and understand its quirkiness before I can recommend that, because main characters, he's pretty bad, okay? He's pretty bad, all right? But we sidestep that, all right? We sidestep that because the story good. It's like, it's what we do here, all right? Come on. I'm just saying. I mean, and okay. I mean, you're not wrong what you're thinking, okay? It's just funny that your mind went that way, okay? And look at that, Andy actually got the goddamn biggie bag. We talked about this. Like, Anna, did you actually get your biggie bag? Did you get some Wendy's? We talked about Wendy's just yesterday on stream, so I just was wondering. I know this is not related to anime, manga, or any of that stuff, but I was just kind of curious. All right, look, I wanted to just bring that up just a bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But with that said, I think we're pretty much gonna wrap this up here. I think we're done. This has been a very interesting seasonal talk. Hopefully you guys actually like the One Piece section, because I don't normally talk about One Piece in the first place, but that was nice to talk about, because I finally get to actually talk about it for real. Like, that was nice to feel, like, to have, you know? I like that. It's all about learning how to be a hero. Well, yeah. I mean, that's nice and all, but, like, come on, man. I got breakfast from a restaurant nearby. Oh, I thought you put an order in, though. I thought you put an order in last night. So what happened? It comes to biggie bags. I don't play around, man. I mean, I see that. Okay. Well, you kept it real. Round of applause to you. Round of applause to you. Yeah, there's anime delays. So Hell's Paradise and Oshinoko didn't have an episode this week. So we have to wait until next. Well, yeah, we have to wait until next week, basically, to actually watch the series. So that's why this one's actually a little bit on the shorter end in a way. We got through the seasonal portion pretty quickly, because there's only like 5 shows we're talking about. I know I need to get my comics out of here and go back to manga. Hey, look, it's all good, man. This is all nerd culture. All the stuff we're talking about. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, put the order in for that restaurant. What the? You lied to me then. All right. Just wait until Oshinoko is done and then watch it then. All right. Yeah, fine. I want you to be part of the discussion though, Andy. Darn it. Before I go, one last thing. We actually have a special stream. We keep having special streams now, but for this week, we'll have something come up on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster. It's going to be on Saturday. I don't know exactly the time yet, because I will be at a con. Phoenix Fan Fusion is going to be here. Saturday will be the time I'll actually do a bit of like streaming. So you'll see me walk around, go around vendors. Maybe we'll see. I know I'm going to be dueling. So I'll be dueling my brother like live and everything like that. So you'll at least see some of that is the thing here. And we'll ask questions, talk about some stuff here and there, talk about anime. What I mean by dueling, I mean Yu-Gi-Oh. So I'll be playing Yu-Gi-Oh, like live Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, be there. I don't know exactly what time, but I know it's gonna be on Saturday. Just that's the thing here, on Saturday. So thank you, Waze, for dropping that link in there. For to have a lot of leftovers. Of course you do. I will. I'm not gonna be spending a lot of money right now, Andy. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm not about to. I can't be doing that. I'm not spending a lot of money because I have another trip to to go see Anna here soon. So I got to make sure I'm prepared for that. And thank you, Des. I appreciate you, brother. But if you guys can, real quick, can you like this? Make sure it actually helps with the algorithm. Get the stuff out there. Push it out for the people to see. And yeah. Outside of that special stream on Saturday, we'll do our daily schedule, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for Twitch, and then we'll still be doing Chainsaw Man. Well, let's try. Oh no, Chainsaw Man's on break this week, so we'll only do seasonal talk for next week, obviously on Thursday again, and we'll be talking about the animes, and everything should be back by then. So be there, be square. Maybe we'll also have some more One Piece discussions if One Piece is still going. I don't know if it's on break right now. I didn't check actually. Now I'm thinking about it, but I digress. I'm saying, and then no, don't say that to me, Andy. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. All right, just eat your goddamn Frosty. All right, drink goddamn water, take goddamn vitamins, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, people, break out the whole.